boys and girls. Today we are going to continue talking about narratives. Yesterday you learned that a personal narrative is a story that you write about yourself, about something that has happened to you, something that you did, a place that you went, anything as long as it has happened to you. So narratives, we want them to focus on small moments. So like a little portion of a day or maybe a full day, but we don't want it to be a long drawn out period of time. We don't want it to be like about a whole school year or about a whole summer or a whole week on vacation. We want it to be a smaller length of time. Yesterday we read The Snowy Day, and that was just about one fun day in the snow, not the whole winter, not like a drawn out period of time. It was just about one day. So we're going to listen to another story that is also a narrative story, and it's called Roller Coaster.
By Marla Frazee. All of these people are waiting in line for the roller coaster. Most of them have ridden on lots of roller coasters. Some of them have only ridden on a roller coaster once or twice. At least one of them has never ridden on a roller coaster before. Ever. The roller coaster is very big and very noisy. You must be tall enough to ride it, but sometimes even those who are tall enough decide they don't want to. Lots of people change their mind about riding the roller coaster at the very last minute. Finally, it's time to get into the cars. The ride operator says, "Load 'em up, two to a seat." When everyone is buckled in, the operator rings a bell. Ding. And then he releases the brake. The train jerks forward on the tracks. Now it is too late for anyone to change their mind. Slowly, the train is pulled up the hill by a chain. Clickety, clackety, clickety, clackety, up, up, up. And then, whoosh! Most people scream. Some people can't make a sound. And one person can't even open her eyes. The train zips. It zooms. It dips and dives. And goes all the way around. Whee! Now the ride is over. Most of these people are dizzy. Some of them have wobbly knees, but at least one of them is planning to ride the roller coaster again. Right now. The end. I loved that book. It was very exciting.
Okay, so that was our roller coaster book. And as you can see, that was a small length of time. All that book was talking about was when they rode the roller coaster. They were obviously at some sort of amusement park or a carnival or some place that has lots of rides, but all that they talked about was riding the roller coaster part. It was a very small amount of time. I want you to think of your story like a watermelon. And we don't want a big watermelon story or even a slice. So we don't want the whole day at the amusement park, or the whole winter, or the whole school year. We want to write a tiny watermelon seed story, which means we're just taking a piece of each of those things. So, like in the snowy day, we took a piece of the whole winter and we just talked about that one snowy day. In roller coaster, we took a piece of that girl's day at the amusement park and we just learned about when she rode the roller coaster. We don't know what she ate. We don't know what other rides she went on. We don't know how long she was there. We don't know who she was really there with. All that story talked about was just riding the roller coaster. When you go to write your narratives, you're going to try your best to just do like a small watermelon seed kind of story instead of a big watermelon story. So, I'm going to tell you about something that I have done, and I'm going to tell you like the watermelon story version, and then I'm going to tell you the seed story version. So my parents, some of you don't know this, but my kids in my class know this. My parents live in Florida, and so I usually go there in the summer to visit them, and I usually go there around Christmas time to visit them also. And whenever I go, I usually stay for a while because it's pretty far away. So I usually stay for about a week. So when I visited my parents, if I wrote about everything I did the whole week, like what we did each day, that would be more of a watermelon story because I'm telling a lot of details about a longer period of time. But if I wrote a story about the one day when we went to the beach, it was my last day there before I had to fly home. And that morning we went to the beach and we saw dolphins swimming in the water. And it was so cool. I love dolphins and I had never seen them from the beach before. Like I've seen them before at zoos and aquariums and like in boats and stuff, but I've never actually seen them from sitting in the sand. And we got to see dolphins that day. There were 2 of them that swam by and it was so cool and it was a really awesome thing to see. Everybody on the beach was really excited and it was really surprising because that doesn't usually happen. So that story where I'm in Florida, I'm on the beach with my parents, but all I'm really talking about is a little part in time. I'm talking about when we saw the dolphins. That would be more of a seed story. So when you go on to Seesaw today, you're going to have some different things that could happen to you, and some of them would be more watermelon stories and some of them would be more seed stories, and you're going to try to sort them. So remember, a watermelon story is something that's longer, that it, is over a longer period of time, and a seed story is something that would be a shorter amount of time and a lot more specific. So go ahead on to Seesaw and get started on your activity.